And welcome back to Take Action News, everybody. This is the time of our show where we like to focus on somebody who's making a difference in his or her community or the larger world all around. And today our activist of the week is Jamie Henn. He is one of the co-founders and communication directors of 350.org. 350 because scientists believe that we need to get below 350 parts per million of carbon in order to avert a climate disaster. Jamie Henn, our activist of the week. Jamie, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. It's good to be with you.
Good to be with you. So this week you're doing some historic acts of disobedience against the Keystone oil pipeline. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's right. Well, I'm actually sitting here in the Sierra Club offices in Washington, D.C., and we just wrapped up a big sit-in over at the White House where 48 people were arrested, including the executive director of the Sierra Club, Mike Brune, 350.org's founder, Bill McKibben, and also some amazing leaders like Julian Bond, the former president of the NAACP. All of these people were coming together to tell the president that he needs to take us forward on climate change and say no to the Keystone XL pipeline. So it was an amazing day, and it's building a lot of momentum.
At the time that this show is airing on February the 16th, Saturday, you're going to be in the midst of one of the largest climate change rallies ever in Washington. Explain why you put it together.
That's right. Well, this is all coming together really to push the president to live up to his rhetoric of late on climate change. You know, there's been a real sea change in the way he's talked about the issue during his inauguration and then into his recent State of the Union. But we need to see action, not just words. So we're really here with tens of thousands of people to push the president to show some leadership and take the type of action we need to address the climate crisis.
The president told members of Congress that if they don't take action through legislation, he will take it through executive orders. What are some of the executive orders you think the White House could be doing right now to try to get at some of this?
Well, Keystone is really first and foremost on the list. I mean, the president can't be serious about climate change and approve this giant oil pipeline. But beyond that, there's a lot he can do as well. At the top of that is really living up to the Clean Air Act regulations that are actually already on the books but need to be strengthened and enforced. Doing so through the Environmental Protection Agency could help actually shut down a lot of our dirtiest coal plants around the country and make a big impact. So there's lots of things this president can do with or without Congress to really move our country forward and start turning up the dial on investments in clean energy and drawing back the amount of carbon dioxide we're pouring into the atmosphere.
There is an argument on the other side that even people who agree that we need to be doing something about the climate change, that in the midst of a fragile economy, fragile economic recovery, now is not the time to put those sort of brakes on some economic activity. Do you agree?
No, not at all. I mean, I think it's actually quite the reverse. You know, the biggest job growth sectors in this economy include things like clean energy. We've had a lot of people coming in this weekend who are talking about the ways that the president could help spark the solar industry, help create jobs in other clean energy areas. So, you know, this is really about getting a whole new economy going in the United States. Look, I mean, the coal industry is on the way out, and we need to find ways to transition those workers into other jobs, but that's not an area of growth for this country. The areas of growth where we could actually be moving the economy forward are in these new technologies and new industries, and I think the president has shown that when he does put money there, that it can really spark work, and we need to see more of that.
Jamie, how did you get involved in activism, and why climate change of all issues?
Well, I actually helped start 350.org right out of college, so with a group of college friends, so it's been a lot of fun to watch it grow over the years from just a bunch of us in the cafeteria to now hundreds of thousands of supporters around the country and around the world. You know, for me, climate change is one of those issues that ties together a lot of the key challenges facing our country, whether it's the economy, as you mentioned, or the environmental issues, and also just the ability to kind of motivate citizens to take more of an active part in their democracy. So we've had a lot of fun building it up, and there's a lot more work to do, but you know, we're beginning to see some signs of progress.
And what university was that where you were sitting around the cafeteria talking about how to tackle climate change?
So I was up in snowy Vermont at Middlebury College. So I'm down in D.C. for this weekend, but based out in California. But it's been amazing to connect with people all across the country on this, from big environmental groups to those civil rights leaders to ranchers and farmers along the pipeline route that have been fighting this project. It's a unique coalition and a real privilege to get to work with everybody.
Jamie, we always ask our activists of the week if there's a lesson that they would pass along to other people who are considering activism. What would it be?
I would say it would be to act boldly. We've seen, whether it's in the LGBT movement or the labor movement or the civil rights movement, that bold action can really move an issue forward. That's what we're beginning to see in the climate movement now. With the sit-in today at the White House, the big actions this weekend in Washington, we're putting people in the streets. And I think that it's going to take that as well as an inside game to really get work done. So, doing that sort of work can be a little bit intimidating. No one likes to get arrested, but sometimes that's necessary, and it's inspiring to do that work, inspiring to stand with amazing people who are doing it by your side.
And then finally, Jamie, in 30 seconds, what's the way that people can help your organization or get involved themselves?
Well, there's lots more info up at forwardonclimate.org about this rally coming up this weekend, but we're going to be taking this movement back home as well, so people should check out 350.org and get involved in a local campaign.
Jamie Henn, our Activist of the Week, Communications Director, founder of 350.org. Jamie, congratulations, and thanks for being part of the program.
Thanks so much. It was good to be with you.